Welcome everybody to the Health Lounge, Aussie style. We are here right now live with anyone who's dialing in from all over the world. This is an Aussie fest. I hope that everybody's going to enjoy this conversation. We have no idea what's in store, no idea what's going to happen. We're just about to find out, and I'm excited about what's going to unfold on today's Health Lounge. So wherever you're dialing in from, if you're in Australia, this is Saturday morning for you. If you're in the US, this is Friday afternoon or evening for you. So thanks for joining us. You are probably used to these conversations about the Health Lounge to do with health and wellness topics from experts. Today, there is a bunch of Aussies here who you'll be able to see in your panels talking all about health and wellness, education, politics, and everything else in between that comes along. So please put your comments in the comments chat section below. If you're dialing in live on Facebook for this, we're really excited to have you join our conversation. This is going to be an interactive session. And I'm just going to introduce, actually I'm going to hand you over to Mars Hill, who you can all see there right now. And Mars is going to actually introduce a little bit about what this conversation is going to be today.
And just before he does that, I'm going to say hi to some of the people who are on the call because I can see your names on there. Anyana, hello. Anyana's in Australia, and Marie is in America, and there's Shana in Australia, and there's Anton. I don't even know who you are, Anton, but welcome along. So good to see you here. And there's BJ and Bronny and Candy, and there's so many people on the call. I am super excited. Thank you so much for joining us. Yay!
Awesome. Thank you, Bex. Well, we're going to throw over now to Mars. Mars, over to you. Thank you.
Hi, guys. So welcome to the Health Lounge. We are so super excited to be playing around on the couch today with some of our personalized health experts. And you know what? We've got people all around the world, and we are constantly on the move. So we figured, hey, why not? Let's get everyone in one place at one time and let's talk about all the fun stuff that Matt just mentioned. So we are actually going to be talking about really interesting topics. And while you guys are on the call live, we are giving away 3 lots of 1 month health coaching for you guys. And if you haven't already got a PH260 membership, you'll also get an annual membership for you and a friend. So make sure that you stay on the line, and whilst we are talking away, you can be typing away, and we would love you to answer this question. How do you see personalized health and what PH260 is doing impacting humanity in the future? So what do you think the impact for the future will be with all the stuff that we talk about today that PH260 and Personalized Healthland has been happening? Let us know. Type your responses in the comments below. Make sure that you pop in your email and phone number so we can contact you and let you know that you win. And then we will be in contact at the end of this live event to make sure that you guys know who is in the know. So we welcome you guys. We're so excited to see you all on the call. This is awesome. And as an extra bonus for you guys being here live, and it's definitely worth sticking around for the next 40 minutes or so, is we are going to give away 5 $500 vouchers to our amazing retreats. Our retreats are like healing, we've got health, we've got wellness. We have so many different options for you guys, and we would love for you to come along and enjoy it with us. We've got Bali just around the corner. We've got Thailand coming up. We have amazing, amazing places and spaces that we would love for you guys to get involved in. So let's kick it off. Let's ask Matt a tough question just to start with, is why does PH260 even exist?
Well, Mars, that's a fascinating question. And to answer that, we'll probably take the full 40 minutes. So let's give the brief version so that everybody can have a bit of a say here on the couch, the Aussie couch and the Aussie Health Lounge. So PH260 exists. PH260, some people don't really understand what it is. It's not actually a tool or technology that most people think it is. It's actually a principle and a philosophy and a way of life. And it's about understanding that we're all different, we're all unique. There's 7.5 billion people on the planet. Not one of us are the same. So we all have different unique bodies and minds, and we all need different unique things for us to be healthy and happy. And so what we share is a message of personalization, of true personalization, to understand how we can live in these bodies to be healthy and happy. And we just so happen to have some technology that makes it really easy, which is called PH260 as well. But PH260 is a principle, philosophy, and a way of life. And so this came about over many, many years to develop and integrating a lot of ancient sciences and medicines and current science and medicines to better help literally interpret what your body is asking you for at any point in time. And that's what PH260 is. So we're here. There's a lot of personal health gurus on this call, on the couch, on the lounge. I love it that we're all here having a conversation about health and wellness and about the things that make a difference in our lives and in the lives of those that we can get to talk to. So again, I really encourage all of you guys to share this as much as you can. If you're on Facebook Live, tag a friend or something in it. But I'm really excited to be able to have this conversation with everyone dialing in, and look forward to seeing what's going to unfold.
Love it. So just so you guys are aware, while you are out there in Facebook land, is make sure that you click the link in the bio above, and that's how you can actually win the $500 voucher. So make sure that you've registered, make sure that you click on the link above, and we would love to chat to you guys a little bit more about that in a moment. And talking about personalized health and what it can do for you, we had a really amazing thing happen recently with Mr. Chris, who is here to join us from Australia. Recently, he had a great conversation with his wife after getting very, very inspired after our health coaching course. And, you know, he was up for hours afterwards, actually talking. Don't get your mind in the gutter, guys. So tell us, Chris, what was it that you were actually talking about that got you so inspired?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. So when I enrolled to do the course, obviously I was fully aware of the kind of health benefits that the course provides from the perspective of, you know, offering nutritional advice and obviously exercise advice and this kind of thing. But what really blew me away when I did the mastery course just recently with regards to the biotrends was the sort of personalized personal trends, like insights into sort of personal characteristics and you know, the way we behave and the way we interact and all that sort of thing. So having been with my wife for 20 years, childhood sweethearts, been together since we were 14 and all that. You know, quite different characters, and we've always sort of known that, and that's presented challenges over the years with regards to our relationship. Obviously, we work through them, and it's you know, it's been fine, but it is always something that's intrigued me about, you know, why we, you know, you would think after such a long time together that we would be a little bit more in sync, and we are, but there's still big differences. Anyway. I'm rambling now, but, you know, with regards to the biotrends, on the second day when we discussed the biotrends in tremendous detail, and I learned a lot about myself, and, you know, the more and more I'm a connector activator, and I was just astounded at how spot on, you know, all of that information, you know, was with regards to the way that I interact with people, you know, my personal philosophies, the way that I probably react to people as well, which was quite fascinating.
Yeah.
And so obviously as the day went on, we learned a bit more. I began to realize the biotrend that my wife probably was. I had her penned in as a diplomat. You know, so many of the things that came up with a diplomat with regards to the way that they think and process things and the kind of things that are important to them. You know, the dominant hormone for a diplomat being, you know, serotonin, the happiness hormone. And, you know, all these things really began to add up and make sense to me. And it just blew me away, because when I went to do the PH360 course, this type of information was not something that I was expecting to get in such phenomenal detail. And Cam spoke a little bit, and Kyle as well spoke a lot about an awareness of these types of things. And, you know, when you're aware of the way that people, you know, behave and interact and react in certain situations and what their drivers are, you know, it's obviously going to have a huge impact on the way that you can interact with them yourself. So, you know, finding all these things out, it really blew me away. You know, we went home that night and we were talking for hours. I've got a 2-year-old daughter. I work 16 hours a day. So the last time I stayed awake later than 9 p.m. was, you know, years ago. We're up until midnight that night just talking. You know, and you know, the ways that we interact with each other just, you know, really, you know, it just blew me away. I'll give you a very, very simple example. So being a connector activator, you know, driven by oxytocin and love and connection, and I'm a very touchy, feely sort of person. So I work these long days, 16-hour days. You know, the one thing that I look forward to more than anything when I go home is seeing my wife and physically touching her. But you know, for her, being a diplomat driven by serotonin and happiness, if she hasn't had a great day, when I get in the door and she's immediately indifferent, which often happens when she's had a long, stressful day with our daughter, and she's indifferent to actually seeing me, being a connector activator, my thirst and my desire to have that sort of physical touch and connection with her, you know, when I'm not receiving that immediately, provokes a very negative reaction in me, as that activator aspect of my personality, and just understanding little nuances like that with our relationship, and understanding therefore how I'd be able to actually extrapolate that information and take it into my interpersonal relationships with my clients was just astounding to me. So
that's amazing. It's amazing to hear like how the relationships can absolutely change within PH360 when people actually apply the principles of PH360 and health, and something as simple as someone's hormones can make such a big difference. I know, Matt, recently we had a retreat in Sedona where we actually had a couple there, which I'm sure they wouldn't mind us talking about it, is they actually came along, and when they left, they were so inspired and their whole relationship was rejuvenated. What do you think about that, Matt? Do you remember that in Sedona?
Of course I do remember that, Mars. And I think we've actually got one of those guys on the call right now. I won't mention any names, but if you want to pop your hand up, we can invite you for a conversation. It's really awesome to be able to see how people can change so quickly. And this is why we do what we do. And Chris, thanks for sharing those comments. I just want to give a shout out to a few other people who joined the call now as well. We've got Emily Lewis that's here. We've got Finn that's joined, Grace, Harry, Ian, Jackie, Julielle, Kate, Kerry, Lani, Lorraine, Leanne, Linda, Lynn, Maddie, Madonna, great to see you, Marie. So many great people here. Mark here. Mark South is here too on the call. We've got our personalised chef that was there at retreats cooking for all of us. We're here having a fantastic time with everything that's happening and the transformation that's possible when you understand who you are. And I think the person who is on this call, that I won't mention any names, in case they want to join, they're welcome to. It was really just understanding who we were and how different they were with their conversations, just as Chris just shared. And really the change of how we see each other is incredible. When you can understand someone and know that they're different to you, it really does change the game in everything that we talk about, everything we do. Any thoughts on that, Beck?
No, it's just so true. That's it.
Fantastic. Back to you, Mars. Well, Anne is here too. Anne, I'm going to throw it over to you. What do you think, Anne? Anne has been the guru of looking after so many different health professionals that have come through the courses that we run all over the world. We're now in over 100 countries with PH360, which is fantastic. And Anne is a big guru that helps look after all our people that's there, and is our international coaching director and manager. Anne, your thoughts on how people can change and what's possible when we get to understand who we are?
Well, I was there with Chris, and it just blew me away, as it does every day and every week, about the kind of difference that PH360 is making in people's lives. It's been about 30 years that I keep looking for solutions that help people feel happier, have better, mental clarity, just be able to be more loving and share that. Because I do a lot of work with families and couples as well as individuals. And I've just watched when people gain that knowledge, and it's so specific, and it takes so much of the guesswork out of it for those health professionals. That straight up, you've got all these fabulous clues into what's really going to work for that person, what's important, where that emphasis should be being. So what I get to do is see it in my own practice and my own family, but I also have this added bonus of speaking to coaches every week and see, as first of all in their own lives, they are just so super excited about the massive changes that are happening, and then able to share that with all of their clients. So I love that.
Amazing. It's so amazing when we can share it and share it and share it, like friends and family. I know my parents have had massive breakthroughs. Cam would see that all the time. Wouldn't you, Cam? Are you there?
I'm here, yeah, and I see some really, really fantastic dynamic change. Even mothers and daughters. I had a mother-daughter combination before, a diplomat mother and an activator daughter, wondering why the activator was bouncing around first thing in the morning, and why the mum was so stressed trying to get them ready for school and get them ready in the morning when, all the daughter wanted to do was just to connect. She was a 1:45 right on the cusp. So she wanted to connect, she wanted to be excited, and the mum just needed an extra hour or two to do nothing and just to cruise through the morning. So them understanding that straight away, all of a sudden took that big stress off the morning routine. Just tiny little things like that. And we all know that there's different, personality types. Some people like physical touch, some people like verbal words. But when you start rationalizing that against, when people should be waking up and when they should be eating their meals, it brings a much more comprehensive kind of view to understanding what's going on with these people and where you can actually take this new information and make a difference rather than it just be on, oh, I've got to be more verbal. It's like, well, no, I've just got to be specifically more verbal after 10 a.m. when things are going to be safe, and even making that change in your timing of when you're verbal can have a huge difference. So, yeah, this paints a much, much larger picture, which is incredibly beneficial both in my personal life but also in the people I've been working with as well.
Oh, totally.
Sorry, I like how you mentioned the safe zone there, Cam. I like it. We all know when the safe zone is. That's awesome. But the really cool thing, the thing that I love about it as well is that it's not just friends and family, it's the people that you work with. It's the people that you spend a whole heap of your time with as well. So things like knowing if someone is a real people person and having them in that people role. If you're a manager and you need to place people places, then how helpful is that? I know it is very helpful. And I'm not even going to ask you. It is really helpful. Things like at some of the retreats. So I am not the most people person, and so therefore I do lots of the back end stuff. So I do the organisational stuff and making sure things are happening and making sure that videos are rolling and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, but just having that information about who is good at what thing and when they can do it and how they're going to interact with everyone else is just so helpful.
That's true. Well, I'll add to that, Beck, and I think just coming onto the retreats a little bit further in terms of what we're talking about here, they are pretty incredible. Mars, I'm glad you brought that up. I know we've got a couple more people here. Even Anna's on this call on the lounge with us right now. He's been on a retreat, and they are transformational. And sometimes you just can't believe what's possible when you can all be in the right place at the right time. We talk about epigenetics a lot, when you can be out of these circumstances, the environment, and be in an environment like that with the most incredible and the most talented people around the world, helping you and supporting you with your food and your fitness and your exercise and the way that you think about things, your mindset, everything that's just all bundled in. It's amazing what can happen. So I'm excited about that. I know we've had a lot of people that have come through from health and wellness through to healing, from different to disease states and things just in a matter of a week. It's pretty incredible what can happen. And I know there's lots of people on this call right now that have been there. So again, just a quick shout out to a few more people. We've got Michelle here, 2 Michelles here. We've got Nancy, we've got Paul, we've got Penny, we've got Priscilla, we've got Reagan, we've got Shana, we've got Susan, we've got Suzanne, we've got Tarina, we've got Vanessa. So many people that are here. So great to see you guys. We've got Ainsley that's here. We've got Anita, we've got Anna, we've got Anne, and Anton. And Yetta's here again. There's plenty here on the call. So thanks guys for joining in live. If you're on Facebook right now live with us, we're referring to the people who are on the webinar. You can still come and join us on the webinar live if you like, where we can interact with you. Thanks for all your questions and comments coming through, guys. If you have a question, pop your hand up. And I think Mars shared before a little bit about we are giving away some things today. So I'm just going to throw, Mars, you can talk about that in a second, but I'm just going to throw it over to Anna. And Anna, I'd love to hear about maybe your experience with PH360 and something that you, maybe one message that you can share with everybody about your retreat experience as well might be really helpful for people. So Anna, welcome to the lounge.
Hey, hi everyone. So one message about PH360, don't half do it, like do it all the way. So you have a chance, what I see often is people doing it 50% of the time, and I recommend that you do it 99% of the time. Or at least, oh, lost my audio. At least do it at the highest percentage that you can, and you'll get better results and speedier results. So for me, being involved in the retreat, both as a participant and as working in the team, I couldn't recommend anything better for you to do in your life. It really is transformational, and it's about everything that everyone has spoken about. It comes into one at a retreat. A retreat is a total embodiment and an experience. And there's nothing I could recommend more. And truly, because it's changed my life, and the people that you're with and the immersion that you experience from being in it. And it's such an experience that changes your life. And there'll be many people that can testify to this. You see them on day one, And when they leave at the end of the retreat, there really is a transformation. And I don't use that word lightly. I just can't find another word to use instead. But when you see even the colour of their skin, their tone has totally changed. And incorporating the food and doing different activities with them truly does change and bring about this awareness, and everything's in them. It's not like we're doing anything to you. It's all in you. We're just allowing all of that to come out and for you to be the most excellent aspect of yourself. So
That's it.
It's fantastic. Yay.
It's about letting yourself be the best version of yourself so you can show up every day. And it's so amazing, like you say, to see like people actually glowing at retreats. They come in and all of a sudden they're doing the perfect time of day that they need to be eating, and the perfect time of day for them to be sleeping, and the perfect time of day to be moving their bodies. And all of a sudden, it doesn't take long if they haven't actually been doing that for a few weeks, and then they are feeling rejuvenated. They've got that flush in their cheeks and more color, and they've got more shiny eyeballs, and it's awesome. So we've got some links coming into you guys in the chat to check out exactly what we're talking about, so you actually see a visual. It's, you know, all well and good for any audio learners out there. You guys will be knowing what we're talking about. But if you need to actually see a visual, and kinesthetic learners out there, go and check it out in the comments below, and if you're on Facebook, check it out in the link above. And if you guys are on the Zoom call, make sure you check it out in the comments box. So we have some other very exciting things that have actually been happening. Matt, do you want to fill us in on some of the kind of impressive and exciting conversations of people that you've been chatting to recently?
Well, Mars, I can give you a little bit of an insight. There's a lot of exciting things happening all around the world, and at the moment we're live on the Aussie Health Lounge. We're actually in Mexico at the moment. There's been some really incredible conversations that have been happening in North America, Central America, South America, in terms of many governments around the world, actually with China and over in Australia. And I might even throw this over a little bit to Cam, because we've just run our very first personalised medicine conference in Australia. We ran it in Sydney just a couple of months ago, and we had a lot of medical doctors and health professionals, and some of those are even on this call right now live. So it's great to see you guys here. And it was a really incredible weekend. We ran it with the University of New South Wales, and it was a really, really fantastic weekend. Very, very informative, very insightful. And while we're in town in Sydney, we met with a lot of great, we had a lot of great conversations there with some more high-profile gym chains that we're talking about with PH360. And we also met with the health minister in Sydney to talk about the concept of personalised health and taking that further. So I'm going to throw this over to Cam. We've got a lot of great things happening in the worlds of politics and health and wellness and education with many universities. We're talking about, we're in conversations and have been for a while with a lot of universities around the place with PH360 and looking at studies and effects of PH360 compared to standard diet protocols, even compared to some of the other diet protocols like the Mediterranean diet that are more popular and well-established results out there. And we're also looking at studies with genomics and other conversations with different universities and studies. So there's a lot of great things happening in the PH360 space in Australia. And Cam, do you want to share? I'd love just to hear your thoughts, mate, on the personalised medicine conference we just had recently.
Yeah, it was a fantastic event. Actually, we had a awesome group. This is my third personalised medicine conference now, where I've had the honour of hearing from the gurus that lead the PH360 sciences, and probably one of the most satisfying things for me as a bit of a PhD nerd is hearing really, really solid science behind what we're actually implementing with our clients. So that's just understanding that for every single tangible output in PH360, there's actually an observation that's already occurred. There's already evidence for what is being said, and in a very, very personalized way that is very, very powerful to understand all of the mini research projects that have gone in, because ultimately that's what we need. And we're talking about individuals, we need to have mini research projects. So hearing the detail about all of that is fantastic. And then not to mention, we got to expose it to some of the leading academics in Australia, and now with some of the biggest unis, whether it be UQ, Bond University. We're also looking at some collaborations with University of Southern Cross, and all of that is in aid of comparing PH360 and really showing what it can do. Obviously, I've seen it in practice with around about 500 clients now, and it's being able to now put that into some very, very specific outcomes so that we can see this benefit even more. So there's some really great stuff happening with IBS at UQ and really helping digestive problems. Probably one of the best things that I've seen with PH360 is your ability to change the way a digestion works in about a week or 2 weeks. So that's really exciting. We've also had some great discussions with the New South Wales government about the pathway for how we would actually introduce PH360 into what they do as a public health rollout, which is really, really exciting. So understanding now about our track forward as to how we really take this to the next level is really, really important. So for me, that was really exciting. And then there might be a couple of these guys on the call right now, but we're going to be starting up some really incredible case series and integrative medicine opportunities through Invitation to Health, which is a fantastic integrative medicine practice in the Central Coast. So to be able to insert from docs all the way down to the admin staff, we're going to be talking about the PH360 experience and combining that with the other tools that we have as practitioners to really make a greater difference. So having all of those individuals in the room to be talking forward as to what is possible, what we're going to be doing about that, and having some really, really tangible outcomes from it was really, really exciting. So that on top of just being able to hang out with guys who are passionate about this personalised health thing as well, it was a pretty phenomenal weekend all round.
Fantastic, Cam. Thank you so much. And it certainly was. There's some really great relationships. And just checking through all the comments here. Heidi's here. Heidi, great to see you on the call. There's some really great research all around the world that we're doing now in many different countries, and we're excited by that all the time. This is the Aussie Health Lounge, and the stuff is rolling out with many different universities and organisations. If any of you guys are on this call and you're interested to collaborate on any research that we're doing, we'd love to hear from you. We understand that the concepts and philosophies and principles behind the science of medicine that we discuss and talk about are very pioneering, and there's a lot of research to be done, and we're excited by that. We're really interested to join forces with that. We've had a lot of great research now. I think we can talk about some of the exciting things that are happening with some of the bigger health chains and health insurers in Australia now that we're having conversations with about incorporating personalised health into those circumstances. And that's a really, really exciting time to be having these conversations as well. So from health ministers to the largest insurance company in Australia, and many of the interesting conversations now with universities and other things, running our first personalised medicine conference over there. I think it's worthwhile celebrating, and I just wanted to get in because we are on the Aussie Health Lounge. I did a little Facebook Live just a few, probably maybe an hour before this, and did throw the shout out there that congratulations to all the Crows guys making the grand final for this coming weekend. For those who are dialing in from overseas, you'll have no clue what we're talking about here. And it's called Australian Rules Football, and that's okay. But here we are in the Aussie Health Lounge. I spent a fair bit of time in Australia working with lots of different people and athletes and high-profile people, and I used to work with the Crows. So congratulations, guys, on making it into the grand final, and it's exciting to see you in there. So I'm going to throw this back to Mars for any questions, thoughts, comments on that. Actually, while we're here, we've got a question that's here from Diane Larson. Diane, I'm going to try and answer this live. You would like to answer this question live? Yes. I don't know if this is working right now, Diane, if anyone can hear this, but Diane was asking about the cost of getting a profile done. Diane, at the moment, I can say it's exciting that when we first started, it was in the vicinity of about $100,000 to do what we do. This is about 15 years development. This is now down to less than $200 for an entire year, which is exciting. And if you wanted to go and test it out, I'd go to check out the Health Lounge, thehealthlounge.org you can go to, and it'll give you a free trial access to see if you like it, to get all your answers and get an understanding about what's going on. And you can join this incredible community that's here to make a big difference, to help work towards changing the world in a big, big way. So we've had some really good conversations and meetings recently, as Mars suggested there. We've met with everyone from Facebook through to a lot of other big wigs, if you like, in the last, even in the last 6 to 12 months. And it's really exciting to see what's coming along. So I don't know if that answered your question, Diane, but hopefully it did. And we are moving on back to you, Mars.
Thank you. So we've got some awesome things happening in the chat. Thank you so much. We've even got some people recommending that they'd like to talk more about PH360 afterwards. We would love for you guys, if you have more comments, feedback, questions, any of the above, to send us an email to support@ph360.me. So that's ph360.me. And we would love to support you in that, and also ensuring that the $500 vouchers are going to be given away. We will be notifying everyone by email in the next 24 hours. We would that's for the 3 coaching sessions. We'll notify you guys who those are, and by the end of the call, you are going to know exactly who those winners are. So watch this space, not long left. We're going to let you guys know. And then the $500 vouchers are just around the corner. We've got Bali, which is just a hop, skip and a jump away from Australia. It's actually where Anna and I originally met at a Bali retreat, which is amazing, as she was saying. So Shana's like, me. That's awesome. Thanks, Shana. Yes, we all want to go to one. Let's be real, every other day. So literally, you guys can get involved in that. There are 5 of these $500 vouchers to be given away. So watch this space. And if you guys have more questions after this, you can contact us via that support@ph60.me. So we would also love to hear from Cam with regards to what your exciting big takeaways that you've seen. I know you were in Spain recently that we just mentioned as well, with regards to the revitalized retreats, because that's a little bit different. If you guys aren't aware, we've got our healing retreats, we've got the personalized health and wellness, which is like body, and then we've got the detox availability as well. So Cam is awesome, and he was recently at the revitalized one. So tell us about that, Cam.
Yeah, there was some pretty cool things that went on at that retreat. We had, there was one, it felt like a bloody medical miracle. We can say bloody on this because it's an Australian call, by the way.
Yeah.
It's all accepted, mate.
Australia.
Carry on.
Some pretty incredible medical things that went on. And I want to share that first, and then I'll get into the bits that you asked about. I saw one of the people I got to work very, very closely with come off her allergy meds in 3 days. She's been on those allergy meds for 20 years and came off on day 3 and had the best night's sleep of her life without waking up for the first time in her memory, which is pretty phenomenal. And then to come off her metformin medication, which is for her diabetes. This is all medically monitored, obviously, by the team. And has been off that. I'm still coaching her, which is really, really exciting. And to know that she's still been able to maintain that. She was on those meds for 10 years and came off in 5 days and has maintained great health, has just been going from strength to strength. And she actually ended up coming along to one of the transformational retreats on the back of that because the experience was so intense for her, which was really, really cool. And she's just gone from level to level with her health, which is really phenomenal. So one of the big lessons that I learned out of that was that obviously different people need different things, and she was on a very, very different protocol to anybody else just because she was doing the thing that was best for her, and that's what the power of working with the medical team in that way. But some of the big takeaways that people could actually have something tangible out of today, outside of amazing deals and vouchers, is the understanding that people de-stress in different ways. We see on retreat people slowly defragment and decompress from their very, very busy lives. And some people love to go out and do some explosive exercise. Some people like to sit by themselves and do some journaling. Some people like to hang out and natter away and talk about nothing at all. And other people like to just have hugs. And one thing that I would love people to understand firstly is that you're going to have a preference. You're going to have a thing that your body is really, really good at and responds really well to. And so I would start hugging people consistently. I would also start bashing things like a boxing bag if you're feeling a bit angry, and see if it works. And you can follow that with some deep breathing as well, and just take stock of what actually really, really helps you. If you haven't done your PH360 profile, try each of those. If you've done your PH360 profile and you understand a little bit more, you'll know exactly what to do without all the trial and error and the extra hugs. However, you can't be hurt by extra hugs. So I find that talking nonsense to people really irritates me because I'd prefer to be answering emails and getting stuff done, but that's the Crusader way. However, if it's on my list to have a nonsense chat to somebody, then I'm achieving when I'm doing that because I can tick it off my list. So it really just depends on what you think is going to de-stress you. But if you haven't done your pH profile yet, there are different ways. So you don't have to subscribe to the Yogi Bear and live in the mountains to be completely zen. It might just be hanging out with your kids, hanging out with your loved one. It might actually yelling at your loved one, as long as they understand that what you're doing is venting some energy. It's very important that communication happens first, not afterwards. However, but just knowing that people are going to de-stress in different ways, and that's what we see on the retreats, is they actually get their time and space and the support to rest and recover in the fastest way possible. And that's why we see these incredible transitions, because people aren't trying to navigate what's going to de-stress them. They're actually given the time and space and support to go there straight away. And so we see such fast recoveries as a result of that. So I would give all of it a try, guys, but do your profile and actually check out what is going to be best for you, because it just saves a whole lot of time.
So Cam, thanks for not answering the question and then just giving medical advice to prescribe hugs and bashing things. That is a medical prescription, guys. Cam is a doctor. So if you have any issues with that, please email support@ph360.me, and we'd love to hear about all of that. It's a fantastic way, and this is actually prescription things we give to people, because when you understand who you are and what is healthy for you, there's some really great things that you can do to help get where you need to get to. So
even in Spain, we taught people how to yell into the forest.
That is true. And we've got a lot of great people here I'm seeing on the call live. This is really cool how we can see everybody here. Thanks so much again for all joining us. We've got Linda Anderson, who's the queen of having people yell into their pillows and the forest and everything else that's happening. And that's fantastic. In fact, I think she was there on our very first retreat we had in Bali many, many years ago now. And thank you, Linda, for being here. We're seeing Eric Dindy that's here. We just spoke before. I don't know when Eric joined. We just spoke about invitation to health and some fantastic collaborations that are happening now. Those guys are doing some really, really awesome things in the personalized medicine space. So it's great to see you guys here. There's many, many things, many people that are here. Chris-Anne is here. Chris-Anne said before, she's one of the ones who we spoke before about retreats with, her and her husband that came along, that was really understanding. We talk about different animals that relate to different types of people, and we had a cat and a dog that were speaking different languages, and now they're speaking on the same language. It's really beautiful to understand that cats and dogs do get along, contrary to what YouTube will tell you. That's not always the case. So there's some great funny cat videos on there. We won't go anywhere near funny cat videos. I'm going to throw this back to Mars right now, or back to Cam if you want to answer your original question, which I've forgotten even myself.
Pretty sure I answered it in the second half of my answer.
Fantastic. So back to Mars.
Anything can happen on the lounge.
You never know what's happening on the lounge. Mars, back to you.
Watch out for those crazy cat videos, guys. The activators love them. That is one awesome way for activators to actually de-stress. If you guys are brand new to PH360, by the way, we are not crazy people. We are actually talking about 6 different categories of human beings that are walking along the planet. So if you don't yet know what your health type is, then please go to healthtypetest.org and you can do a free test on there. It only takes like 2-3 minutes to do. And then you'll actually get like a 15-page document that will be like all about you, and it's really exciting stuff. So check that out, and it is super, super exciting. And we will be shortly announcing the 3 people who are going to be winning the coaching packages. So they actually get a whole month of coaching. So make sure you have put, Jules is doing such an amazing job. She's telling everyone about it on there. So make sure that you guys have actually filled in and answer that question. So how do you see personalized health and PH360 and what we're doing impacting humanity in the future? So let us know, what do you think? So write those in the comments, and we will be announcing in just a few minutes who's actually going to be winning those, which is an entire month for you and a friend to get health coaching. That's awesome. You guys can do it together. And if you don't already have a PH360 membership, no worries at all. We will just give you one for a year, so then you can enjoy it. So that's super exciting. And hi guys, Madonna and Christine are getting excited. That's awesome. Marie, good work guys. Love it. Thank you for your responses. So make sure, we've only got a couple of minutes left. Make sure you're popping in your responses in there to that question. And Jules has also put in that link there for you guys to access the PH360 website links page where you can see exactly what we've been talking about on here. And we've got some very exciting projects coming up in the future. Can we have a little chat about that, Matt?
Yeah, again. Beck, do you want to share a little bit about what's happening or what you're allowed to share?
Which are we allowed to share?
I don't know. We can share probably a little bit. Mars, have you got anything in mind? I don't know what we're allowed to share about here.
Well, what would you like to share? What's the first thing that pops to mind? What's coming up in the future of PH?
Oh, I was going to say Christmas is coming up, but before Christmas, we have we're going to Bali. Just because we're talking about retreats and whatnot, and that is the next thing that is coming up. So actually, Southern California is coming up this weekend, which is very exciting. And then we're going to Bali, and then we're going to be all around the world in completely different places next year, which is so exciting. There's things like Croatia and Portugal and Mexico again, and the States and Thailand, and so that's super exciting for us because, well, for me, because we get to go to some of those locations and we get to have cool team members there and cool people joining us. Anyway, good. So that's exciting. What else is coming up?
So come along to that if you like. We've got a whole heap of courses that maybe Cam can share a little about.
Yeah.
We're running courses all over the world. We're running about 9 or 10 between Australia and New Zealand now each year, maybe even more. Cam can share a little bit about that. We've got some great collaborations starting with the Australasian Integrative Medicine Association, who are on this call, as we saw before, and some really exciting things happening there. But come along to Bali. We're going to be running some really cool retreats, health and wellness retreats and healing retreats for those who want to come. There's some really great links, as Mars has shared here. Take advantage of them, guys, because it's pretty awesome what's coming up. Love to see some of you there. I'll be there myself in Bali for that, and I know Cam and Beck and Mars and a few other people will be around the place for things. So I'd love to hear from you and love to hear what you're up to. If you're interested in that conversation, maybe a couple of little snippets that we can share about would be the thing. We talk a lot about children, and we get a lot of questions about children, and we can share some little snippets that we've been having some really exciting conversations over here in Mexico with some schools. This is from children aged 6 months old through to above, and some personalised conversations there about actual curriculums and food plans that are happening from home through to schooling systems from the primary school area, which is really cool. PH360 Kids is on its way, and as part of that, we've been having some really great curriculum that's being developed about conscious parenting and about conscious children. So Beck, do you want to share about that for a little minute?
It's awesome. I mean, conscious parenting starts with being conscious of who you are yourself and how you fit in the world and how you can communicate with your child. So it's natural. It's the next thing that happens when you learn about yourself, then you can communicate with everyone else. So we're talking about relationships before. So conscious parenting is one of the areas that I really, really enjoy. It's setting the scene, it's setting everything up for the next generation coming through. So we have programs underway for that, a curriculum underway for that. So I'm really excited to be able to roll that out, hopefully in the near future. And also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I'm going to say it anyway. At some of the retreats that we'll be having next year, we may also have the opportunity for people to bring their children along or bring younger people along and actually be able to partake in those retreats in a different kind of way. So more of a exploratory or learning kind of way about personalised health and about what it's all about and how an individual or a child can actually incorporate that into their life, while their parents are getting all the good stuff too.
Thank you,
I don't know if I was meant to say that or not.
I don't think you're allowed to say that, but we are here on the Health Lounge Aussie style.
That's what happened.
I would love to
We're really excited. We want to involve everyone. As long as, we've got adults involved, we've got over 18s involved, so we may as well get the kids involved too. And we know that that's a big passion of Bex's. Bex is our education genius. She loves everything program and creative and pulling things together. She's such a mastermind behind many of the things of what you see PH360 as what it looks like. Actually, Bex, are there some things that you can share about the PH360 platform and app that are coming up?
Oh gosh.
Put you on the spot.
Oh, so much that there's so much in my brain that I don't know really where to start. Where should I start? We've been talking about this.
Well, the virtual coaching was just released.
Virtual Coach has just been released. Yes, so Virtual Coach is a simple, easy way that whoever is using PH360 can jump in and do like an 8-part coaching session. You can do it over 8 weeks and go through each section of PH360 as you go. It's totally free. So all you do is you watch a video and you do some of the activities and you learn some other stuff while you're there. And it just helps you put your personalized health into practice, because that's like the thing. It's great having the information and knowing about personalized health, but if you don't do anything with it, nothing's going to happen. So putting it into practice, that's what that 8-week virtual coaching is there for. And that is one of the cool things that I love about PH360, because our body is always changing, right? And so PH360 always changes with us. So you can update your PH360 and get new recommendations for your body at that time of year. So if the weather is changing or if things in your body are changing, you actually get to know exactly what's right for your body right there and then. For me, it's really helpful because if I'm in Mexico this week and I'm in America next week and then I'm in Bali in 2 weeks' time, it just takes all the guesswork out. I know exactly what to do for myself. So PH360 actually takes out all the hard work and all the overwhelm and everything that you have to think about and just gives it to you, which I think is really important. And I don't think any other platform actually does that, because nothing else really recognizes that we change all the time. So, I mean, it's part of the platform that I like, and it's part of the platform that is actually necessary for us to move forward in health, I think.
Well said.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Love it.
And there's so many more things coming.
So many more features. Yeah, check in. There's the coaching resource is incredible. There's a whole lot of extra stuff in there. Chronobiology, if you haven't seen it already. If you haven't downloaded Shay yet from the App Store, please go ahead and download Shay. You can download it from iTunes or Google Android stores. And there has just been a new version release that's happened in there. So the chronobiology section is all throughout Shay. You'll see that in there. It will tell you all about the best times for you to eat your food, best times for you to exercise, the best times for you to do certain things in your daily schedules. It's incredible. So go and download Shay if you haven't, and if you have, and log into it and choose to do an update so that you can get the latest version that's happening.
One thing that is coming that I'm really excited about that we were working on in Mexico, on the other side of Mexico a little while ago, is the goals. So we're going to be adding goals in there, but we're going to be adding goals that are actually based on your assessment. So based on what you have in your assessment, based on those, so your level of health, your health status and fitness status and all that sort of thing, we're actually going to be able to generate some goals for you. So you don't even have to think about goals anymore either. So that's very exciting.
That is exciting. Well, enough from us.
Sorry, okay, that's enough.
Enough from us on Lounge Mars, because I know we've been taking up a lot of time, and I know there's a lot of prizes that need to go out for people for dialing in. It'd be interesting. I'd love to hear your feedback too from everyone who's dialed into this. This is the first time we've done it. There's a lot of Aussie banter going on. For those who haven't seen this side of us, this is what Aussies do when they get around on the couch and just chat about things like this. So we'd love to hear from you as to what your experience was of this. If people like it, if people are interested in this in any way, shape or form, we will do it again. There has been talks about a monthly Aussie Health Lounge. Whether people, whether people like it or not, we'll soon find out. But Mars, over to you.
Can I just say, someone did ask us to talk about donuts on the Aussie Health Lounge. So donuts are good for some people.
Yeah.
There you go. Liz is going to be so happy with that comment. Love it. She's going to be
thoughts on that?
stoked. So if it is in your PH360 profile and it isn't excellent, good or great, you know what? You can eat these foods. So don't stress about it. Check your PH360 food list, guys. Now, we have some amazing people to gift amazing prizes. Is everyone ready? Are we ready? Get excited.
Yeah,
everyone
ready.
Take a deep breath. You ready? Okay, good. Everyone get ready. Deep breath. Okay. I'm getting excited. Okay, we've got 3 packages of free health coaching to give away. God, I feel like a talk show host. This is odd. Oh, that's right. We are a talk show. Okay, good point. So we've got free coaching for 1 whole month Plus, if you are not already a PH360 member, for you and a friend, you actually get an annual membership. Now, these guys, get ready because I'm going to need you to either message me directly on Facebook or let's email support. Actually, don't message me just in case you can't find me. But email support@ph360.me. And straight away, as soon as you can, guys, we have 3 lucky winners. Are you ready? We've got Brett Fellows, come on down. Yes. And we've got Heidi Hannah. Woo! Thank you. And we've got one more. Are you ready? The whole month. It's Leanne Novitz. Thank you. I hope I said you correctly.
Yay.
Assisting you guys through a whole month on your PH360 and assisting you in your personal health profile and personal health journey. So check out that, get excited, and email support@ph360.me. Thank you very much. Crusader Logistic Time. Cool. And then, can I announce the winners of the $500 vouchers? Is everyone pretty keen for that? We're good?
I think you should, Mars. And I think we should just have a little interlude here because there's been a few comments coming through that people have enjoyed this format. Whether that's a general consensus or not, I don't know. But this is the first time we've done it in case people are dialing in from other parts of the world and want your say as well to have your country on the couch. We'd love to hear from you. Oh, so if there needs to be some Yanks on the couch.
You can't call them.
We can, yeah, we're Aussies, we can. So that's Americans for those who don't know. He's on the couch. Whatever needs to happen, let us know and we'll make things happen. Back to you, Mars.
We do love the poms. That'll be an awesome pommy couch. Awesome, that'll be so fun. All right, guys, so make sure that you comment on Facebook posts if you're on live so we know where in the world is the Health Lounge going next. Where does the couch need to move to? We've got a little bit of Mexico, a little bit of the Australia on this one, so where's next? So let us know. And now, drum roll please, is we have 5 people winning $500. This is awesome. $500 towards your health retreat. You can choose a retreat of your choice. Get excited. We have Bali coming up only around the corner. It is just a month away on the 22nd until the 29th of October is our PH360 Revitalize retreat. And then on the 5th of November until the 12th of November is the healing retreat. So let us know if you are keen to join. We've got 5 winners and here they are. Ta-da! We've got Chris McLean. Get excited! Woo! First winner of the $500 voucher. Make sure you email support@ph360.me so we can chat with you and organize that. And then next one, please. We have Shauna Clement. Get excited!
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Fellow Brisbane woman. I love it. And then get excited. We've got another one coming. It is Christine Tierney. Woo!
Yay.
Woo! We so look forward to welcoming you guys to an amazing retreat coming up very, very soon. We've got 2 more left to announce. Get excited. We've got BJ Cosiris.
BJ.
Hey, BJ. I really hope I said your name correctly. Apologies if I did not. So is there any BJ, can't go wrong with you. Oh God. Yep, it's all good. So we've got one last one to announce. And it is, I think we've got a team drum roll on this one. It is Emily Lewis!
Awesome.
Come on down. That's
Very cool.
Very cool. That's so exciting.
So exciting, hey? So these guys, email support@ph360.me so that we can make sure that you get that $500 gift voucher towards a retreat coming up super soon. Throwing back to you guys over on the couch in Mexico at the moment that are still Australians.
Congratulations, guys. Well, thank you all so much for being here. This is a wrap. We tried to keep this to 45 minutes. We've done pretty well to keep it under an hour.
And we did get some good requests for having the couch in New Zealand. We'll be there, Bruce. And in Britain as well, we might come over to see you there.
Brits on the couch.
So we should do it. Okay, go on, go.
Excellent. So, so thank you all so much for being here and joining us on the Health Lounge. There's some great conversations. Everything we've talked about on the lounge here has been obviously pretty informal, a bit different to what we usually do. This is how us in our natural state as Aussies on the lounge. And I think, what was that link, Mars? Go ahead and check out phx.me/links.
Yeah.
Is that right? So just phx.me/links. You can't go wrong. Everything you need to know is there. And there's some really great specials, I think, that are there for you guys for this episode. So take advantage of it. It's really great to see so many of you here. And if you're dialing in on Facebook Live here, it's great to have you dial in. Remember, if you want to join us live on the couch, you can come and click the link on the webinar and then come in and have some questions and answers with us as you go. So it's been a pleasure having you all and hosting you all, Mars. Thanks for hosting it. You've done a great job. The superstars, everybody's open for conversation. Round of applause for each other. That's how we're going to do this on the couch. Anna, thank you so much for joining us. Anne, thank you so much for joining us. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Cam, thank you so much for joining us. It's fantastic to be here. Mars, superstar host. Everybody's here. We're having a great time, great day, wherever you are in the world. We are anyway. We hope you are too. And we'll see you again sometime soon on the Health Lounge. So look forward to seeing what's next. This may be a monthly situation that's going to happen. If you haven't liked us or followed us or whatever, there's a Facebook page called the Health Lounge where we do awesome interviews. This is just one of the things that we decided to do for something different. So let us know if you like it. We'll keep doing it if you like it. Let us know if you don't like it. We won't keep doing it if you don't like it.
Let us know if you want to talk about something in particular.
Your topics, areas of interest, anything we can talk about, whatever you like. And we look forward to seeing you all again sometime soon on the Health Lounge. So over and out from all of us Aussies on the Health Lounge. Goodbye, guys. Have a great day. Great to see you all. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks all for being here. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.